Hello everyone, my name is Jignesh Sutar and I am a solutions architect at AWS. In this video, I will show you how to containerize your ASP.NET application and deploy it to Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service as known as EKS. In this video, we are going to use two main AWS services. The first one is Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service and the second one is Amazon Elastic Container Registry. Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service gives you the flexibility to start, run, and scale Kubernetes applications in the AWS cloud as well as on premises. It helps you provide highly scalable and secure clusters and automates key tasks such as patching, node provisioning, and updates. Customers such as Intel, Snap, Intuit, GoDaddy, and Autodesk trust EKS to run their most sensitive and mission critical applications. Another managed service is Elastic Container Registry, as known as ECR. It is fully managed container registry that makes it easy to store, manage, share, and deploy your container images and artifacts anywhere. Basically, it eliminates the need to operate your own container repositories or worry about scaling the underlying infrastructure. It hosts your images in a highly available and high performance architecture, allowing you to reliably deploy images for your container applications. You can share images privately within your organization or publicly worldwide for anyone to discover and download. It works with Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, which we talked about earlier, Amazon Container Service, as well as serverless AWS Lambda, as well as AWS Fargate for one-click deployments. Also, we are going to install three command line tools, Kube Control, EKS Control, and AWS IAM Authenticator, which can help us to create, deploy, and manage Kubernetes apps on AWS Cloud. So, how it works? Running containerized applications on EKS is fairly simple process. First, you create EKS cluster. Then you need to add EC2 worker nodes to the EKS cluster. Next, point your favorite Kubernetes tooling at your EKS cluster. And finally, deploy your applications to your EKS cluster. If you want to go serverless, you can use AWS Fargate instead of adding EC2 worker nodes. Also, recently we announced Amazon EKS Anywhere during reInvent. Amazon EKS Anywhere is a new deployment option for Amazon EKS that enables you to easily create and operate Kubernetes clusters on premises, including on your own virtual machines and bare metal servers. It provides an installable software package for creating and operating Kubernetes clusters on premise and automating tooling for cluster lifecycle support. EKS Anywhere brings a consistent AWS management experience to your data center. It saves you the complexity of buying and building your own management tooling to create EKS distro clusters, configure the operating environment, update software, and handle backup and recovery. So how it looks like when you deploy the EKS cluster on AWS. When you deploy the EKS cluster on AWS, it deploys two cloud formations. One for the EKS control plane and the second for the worker nodes. EKS control plane and worker nodes, they reside in separate VPCs as shown in the diagram. And the EKS control plane, it communicates with the worker nodes through Elastic Network Interface as known as ENI. So once you configure those three tools, you are all set to create and deploy ASP.NET Web application. We are going to follow 7 steps, which you can see on the screen, to create and deploy ASP.NET Web application on EKS. So let's get started. So let's go ahead and install our first command line utility, that is kubectl or kube control. Amazon EKS user guide, as you can see on the screen. It provides step-by-step guideline to download the latest version of kubectl depending on which operating system you have. So go to this particular page and follow all the steps and download and configure kubectl on your operating system. The second utility is EKSCTL, which you can download from GitHub, as you can see on the screen. Go to this particular repo and follow the installation instructions provided based on which operating system you have, and make sure that you download the latest version. The third and the last utility is AWS IAM Authenticator. EKS, it uses IAM to provide authentication to your Kubernetes cluster through this utility. Follow the steps provided on the AWS EKS user guide as shown on the screen based on the operating system you have to download and install it. So let's go ahead and create a new ASP.NET web application in Visual Studio. I'm going to use ASP.NET Core Web Application template. Supply your project name. Select all the defaults. Now, once it is ready, what we are going to do is we are going to run it and test it under local Docker to make sure everything is right. Okay, our application is getting ready. On the left side in Visual Studio, you can see I have AWS Explorer. I have installed AWS tools for Visual Studio. To get AWS Explorer, basically it is integrated, a UI in Visual Studio so that you can interact with AWS ecosystem without leaving Visual Studio. And all you need to do is you need to configure your profile with AWS Explorer to access your AWS account from within the Visual Studio. Our application is ready. Let's go ahead and test under local Docker. Okay, it is getting ready. Okay, as you can see, it is up and running now, and it is a plain vanilla ASP.NET Core application. So the next step is to publish our application's Docker image on ECR. And before we do that, we need to create repo where we can store it. So I'm going to create a private repo with the same name as our web application. Select all the defaults and say create repo. Okay, our repo is ready. Let's go ahead and publish our Docker image from Visual Studio to this repo. So let's go ahead and publish Docker image of our application to ECR. If you right click on your project, if you have installed AWS tools for Visual Studio, you will see this option, publish container to AWS. Select it. Select the repo which we have created in previous step. Supply the tag same as your application name, or you can supply any other name you want and say publish. It might take some time to publish it to ECR, so let's wait. You can see all the updates on UI. Once it is done, once it is successfully published, it will provide us a URI for the Docker image, and make sure that you note down that URI. We are going to use that in our deployment. So there you go. It is successfully deployed, successfully published, and here you can see the URI. So note down this URI. We will need it for the deployment. So the next step is to add service and deployment definition files to our project, as you can see on the screen. In service definition file, you need to supply name of your service. We are going to expose port 80 with the target port 80, and we are going to configure load balancer. In the deployment definition file, we are going to request 3 replicas, and the most important setting is to supply image URI, which we got when we published our Docker image to ECR. Let's go ahead and create cluster using EKSCTL command. As you can see, you need to supply your cluster name. I'm going to create this cluster in US West 2, that's Oregon. I have requested 3 nodes, and I have requested node type as M5 large. So it is creating cloud formation, and this process it might take a while. So you can see our cluster is successfully created and it is ready. Let's go to AWS console and check cloud formation. You can see in cloud formation it has created a two cloud formation. One is for Kubernetes control plane, and the second one is for worker node. If you go to this cloud formation and go to the resources and scroll down, you can see it has created a VPC. It has created 3 public subnet and 3 private subnet. Also, it has created a net gateway, and also it has configured internet gateway. Now let's go to EC2. You can see here there are 3 worker nodes up and running as per our request. You can see our cluster is ready in US based region. Let's go to AWS console and go to cloud formation. You can see it has created 2 cloud formations. One is for Kubernetes control plane and the second one is for worker nodes. So open this cloud formation, go to resources and scroll down. You can see it has created a new VPC. It has created 3 private subnets and 3 public subnets. Also, it has, if you scroll up, it has configured net gateway as well as internet gateway. Now let's go to EC2. You can see it has created 3 nodes as we had requested. Now go to EKS and here you can see our cluster. You can see 3 nodes and you can see all the configuration. So our cluster is ready. Let's go ahead and deploy our web application. First, make sure that you switch to the folder where you have your deployment and service definition files. And that is nothing but your project folder. Now I'm going to use kubectl to deploy. A deployment is successfully created. Next, I'm going to deploy my service, and that is also created. Let's check our deployment. So you can see there are 3 replicas. And next, let's check our services. And here you get a URL for your load balancer. So copy that URL and open it in a browser. And you can see now our application is successfully deployed on EKS. I hope you found this video informative and helpful to understand how to containerize your ASP.NET application and deploy it to Amazon Elastic Kubernetes service. Thanks for watching it.